Hello there everybody, my name is Aaron Chandler, you're watching another video. Now today we're going to be talking about Ndicka, the Frankfurt centre-back, and the Premier League interest from two major Premier League clubs. Now before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another football video. And for now guys, let's get into this video. So, this is all about Ndicka. Now this is a fantastic centre-back. I've watched him play in the Bundesliga at Eintracht Frankfurt. He's been fantastic this season so far. And of course he's got monitored interest from the Premier League. We're going to talk about both those clubs in a little bit. But let's get you the stats from the article that sort of first reported this news. So there are multiple news sources that reported this news. However, we've got a news source from, based in Sky Sports Football. So, Sky Sports Football have stated online that Liverpool and Arsenal have been monitoring the Eintracht Frankfurt defender Ndicka this season. They've been among the clubs tracking the France under-21 international before the suspension of football across Europe due to the outbreak of the coronavirus. Spanish sides Valencia and Sevilla and the two Milan clubs, AC and Inter, have also been keeping an eye on Ndicka, who is one of the limited number of promising left-footed centre-backs. Arsenal, of course, signing Pablo Mari, a left-footed centre-back from Flamengo in January, albeit on an initial loan deal, although they do have the option to make this transfer permanent in the summer. I'm going to go on about Pablo Mari in a little bit. Ndicka, aged 20 years old, has made 14 starts and 1 substitute appearance in the Bundesliga, more recently being deployed as a left-back, including in the Europa League last 32 triumph over Salzburg and the last 16 first-leg defeat to FC Basel. Now, the other Premier League club, Liverpool, could be in the market for a new centre-back due to the uncertain future of Dejan Lovren, who has made only 9 Premier League starts this season. So that's all the information we got from various news sources, multiple news resources. Now, I want to go back to those other two defenders, Arsenal's Pablo Mari and Liverpool's Dejan Lovren. Now, Pablo Mari, like we said, he's on a loan deal from the Brazilian club Flamengo. If it doesn't work, obviously it's just a loan deal, but they have the option to buy. So of course, in football, if you didn't know already, if you've got someone on a loan deal but you've got the option to buy, if they show good quality on loan, you could buy that player with talks with the club on a permanent basis. Obviously, Philippe Coutinho is the same, loaned out by Barcelona to Bayern Munich. It looks like he's going to go back to Barcelona, maybe come to the Premier League. Few rumours here and there of a couple of Premier League clubs interested, like Liverpool and things like that. But I think the main thing is I think he'll go back to Barcelona after the end of his loan spell at Bayern Munich. I don't think he'll be signing permanently with me at Bayern Munich. But that is a sort of loan out with an option to buy situation that's the same situation as Pablo Mari over at Arsenal. Liverpool is a very different scenario. Now, I talked about Pablo Mari and how if it's a loan deal and they're not going to buy him back permanently, Ndicka, or like I spoke about in a previous video, Upamecano, could be the perfect defensive option to replace Mari in the first team. Dejan Lovren and Liverpool, on the other hand, now that is a very interesting one. Now, I am going to talk about in a separate video the ins and outs rumours of Liverpool at the minute. So I'm going to speak more about that sort of ins and outs rumours and speculation and talk in a separate video. But Dejan Lovren on the way out and a rumour of a teenage defender coming in could put the dampener on rumours of Ndicka, or it could actually heighten the rumours of Ndicka. It could go either way, because Ndicka could heighten the rumour of the teenage defender from the Bundesliga, and he learns from Ndicka, Matty, Van Dijk, or it could be a negative. In fact, they could be looking for slightly younger players, so Ndicka could be a clean slate move to Arsenal, or it could be Valencia or Sevilla, or either of the Milan clubs in the Serie A. Now, I think either Arsenal or Liverpool, I think, could be a good shout for Ndicka if he was to go to the Premier League. I think if he was to go to the Premier League, I think Arsenal and Liverpool would be the only options. I think even though Manchester City, in my personal opinion, do need defensive reinforcements despite the injuries to their backline, I do believe that Arsenal and Liverpool are the two most likely Premier League destinations for Ndicka. And that is because I think Ndicka is a promising left-footed centre-back. I spoke about with Pablo Mari how he's a left-footed centre-back that's got some promise in him. If it doesn't work out at Arsenal and he goes back, you're literally replacing a left-footed centre-back with a left-footed centre-back. It's like for like. Dejan Lovren, you know, he'd be a good replacement for Dejan Lovren at Liverpool as well, and really fit into that back line, learn from the likes of Van Dijk and Matip with a bit more experience, and grown to be one of France's best centre-backs, in my opinion. I think he's got potential to be one of the best centre-backs in French football history, and I think he will realise his potential sooner rather than later. And I think a big move to the Premier League is a good move for him, especially for Evan Ndicka, because you've got to look at where he's at the minute, Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. It's a club that's in the Europa League. You know, it's been building up that sort of CV with him over the last couple of years, and I think Ndicka now needs that next step up. Frankfurt can fill his place. I'm sure they've got some plans in place if Ndicka was to leave. But for Ndicka, I think he should take that next step up and get into the Premier League. You know, Premier League's one of the... I was watching a season review from 2003 to 04 season, and it was the Norwich manager at the time. And one of the things that I picked up on, which really relates with some of the young players and some of the players outside of the Premier League that wants to come into the Premier League, either from the Championship, League One, League Two, the National League, anywhere in Europe. It was a quote that I saw, and it was on the lines of him saying basically, it's one of the biggest leagues in the world, it's one of the biggest stages in the world, go and sell yourselves as players. And Ndicka, for the Premier League, Evan Ndicka is a great stage. The Premier League is a great stage for Evan Ndicka to sell himself as a promising left-footed centre-back. So I think either Liverpool or Arsenal, I wouldn't mind whichever club he go to. I think he will shine at any club. I think with the Upamecano rumours with Arsenal as well, that puts a bit of a battle going on between whether they're going to sign Upamecano or Ndicka or somebody else. But it looks like from the rumours, Arsenal are definitely into centre-back options, more defensive options, especially with the uncertain future of Mustafi. You got the likes of Socrates and David Luiz getting older, so you are going to have to invest in younger talent. Rob Holding obviously just coming back from his injury recently in the last couple of months, so obviously he's going to have time to recover. William Saliba, of course, the young teenage defender, he's coming back from his loan deal from Saint Etienne at the end of the season, so he'll be ready for the 2020-2021 season. So Arsenal are going to invest in their back line. Same with Liverpool. If Lovren's got an uncertain future and possibly wants to leave, you're going to have to fill that place with a world-class young centre-back. A young centre-back maybe possibly of a world-class nature or potentially of a world-class nature, and Evan Ndicka fits that bill. And if Liverpool are set to become Premier League champions, which I'm pretty sure if the season continues in the summer to end the season, then I'm pretty sure Liverpool will be champions. We all pretty much know Liverpool will be champions of the Premier League, whether the season continues or not. But I think that Evan Ndicka is the young, promising, world-class centre-back that could fill Lovren's place to learn from the likes of Van Dijk and Matip. And it could really be a help rather than a hindrance to defend Liverpool's title next season. So there we go. So that's this video on Evan Ndicka. Make sure you enjoy all the other content we've uploaded so far on this new channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, my name is Aaron Chalner. Goodbye.